Hello everyone, today we'll do section 3.3, volume of prisms. So definitions first. Again, volume is a measure of the amount of space an object occupies. Okay, so it's used to measure the size of a 3D figure that, just like area is used to measure the size of a 2D figure. And length is used to measure one-dimensional figures. So here's an example. If you have a straight line, it's a one-dimensional figure. You can measure it using the unit for length, for example, meters, centimeters, etc. So if the unit was, centimeters, centimeter is the unit of length, okay? Then if you have a two-dimensional figure like a square here, then the unit for finding the area will be square unit. Okay, so it will be something like centimeter squared or meter squared or the unit squared or square units. Now, if you were asked to measure the volume, then it's a 3D object. Okay, so for 3D object, you will have cubic units. So something like cm cubed, centimeter cubed, or meter cubed, etc. Now, prism. Prism is a specific type of polyhedron that has two bases that are equal with sides that are parallel. So you can see these two examples that this base and this base are the same. They're both exactly the same, both triangles. And then the sides, the edges are parallel. Okay, and this one, same trapezoid, on the bottom. These are called the base. So base is the shape that stacks up or stacks to get the polyhedron. So you can see that this polyhedron is this trapezoid, a bunch of trapezoid stacked up and became this polyhedron. And this one will be a bunch of triangles stacking up to get this prism. Okay, so how do we find the volume of a prism? The volume of a prism is the area of the base times by the height. That's how much space that your polyhedron takes up. So area of the base times by the height, like that. So now, the most important thing is to find the correct base. So find which face stacks up will give you the shape of your polyhedron or your prism. Okay, so example number one, looking at this prism here, which face do you think stacks up will give you this prism? Well, of course, it will be this one, this face, right? Okay, so how do I find the area of this face then? Well, if you guys look at this trapezoid here, let me just draw that out. Oops. Okay, so the height here is 4, and the length is 12. Top length is 6, and then this side is 5. So to find the area of this trapezoid, we can cut them into 3 pieces. So the first piece will be this rectangle in the middle. And how do we find the area of a rectangle? We know that it's going to equal to length times width. So the rectangle is going to equal to length times width. Length is 6. So 6 times by width is this. This is equal to the same as the height here, so 4. So the area of this rectangle is 24 centimeters squared. Okay. What about the area of the triangles? Well, we know the side of the bottom is 12. The top is 6. So if you minus 12 by 6, then you get these two sides together. Okay. So this side and this side all together this side plus this side will equal to 12 minus 6, which is 6. Okay. So these two sides together gives you 6. What does it mean to each side? Both of them are the same, so each side then will equal to 3. Well, we know how to find the area of a triangle, right? From yesterday's note. Area of a triangle is half times by the base times by the height. Okay. So the base is 3. So half times 3, and then times the height. Height is this length. This length is the same as 4, so times by 4. So half times 3 times by 4 will give you 6. Okay, 6 centimeters squared. And how many triangles do we have? We have 2 of the same triangles, so the area will be 24, the rectangle, plus 6 plus 6 because of the 2 triangles. So that would be 36. Okay, 36 centimeters squared. Now we have the area of the base. We just want to find the volume by multiplying the area of the base by height. What's the height? Height is how long or how much, how many or how much it will take that base to stack up. So the height here will be this length, which is 10. Okay, so that will be volume will be base times by height, which is 36 times by 10, 360. Now, because it's volume, so the unit will be unit cubed. So the unit is centimeter, the volume will be centimeter cubed. Okay. Okay, let's wrap up this question. So the answer is volume is that. And remember, whenever you have a unit, you must put a unit in your answer as well. So this question, the unit is centimeter, so your answer has a unit as well. Okay. All right, so let's move on to the next question then. Find the volume of this prism. So again, let's find the base first. So which face will stack up to become this prism? Well, you can see that this face, the front face here, when you have a lot of these shape stacked up, it will become this prism, right? So we just need to find the area of this front face. Now we know that this front face is made up of, let's just draw that. Is that it's made up of a few squares. And each of the square will have the same area because the length is always 3. The little line here means that the length are the same. Okay? So length is always 3. And so how many squares do we have? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 squares. Okay? So the area of one square is 3 times by 3, that's 9. And we have 5 of them. So 9 times 5, 45 centimeters squared. So 45 centimeters squared is the area of the front face. And what's the height? The height is how much this front face stacks up. Okay, so that will be this side here. This side, it says it's 6 centimeters. So then the volume is equal to base times by height, which is 45 times by 6. And so that will give you 270 centimeter cubed. So that's it for the lesson today. Please try these questions in your workbook and let me know if you have any questions.